Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17
and Greyshot151 here,
and we're going through every single major kaiju film in a brand new series, going over 39 giant monster films released from Japan in lead up to Godzilla King of Monsters.
Over the last 70 years, we've had a plethora released, and this week we are checking out Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah from 1991.
So just to give you a highlight of what's exactly going to happen, we'll have a synopsis of the story. Then we're going to be highlighting our highlights and dislikes of the film, coupled with reactions from us watching the film.
So in essence, the synopsis, people from the future come back to try and help Japan by getting rid of Godzilla. Things go amiss, and obviously a titanic battle occurs as the three-headed dragon does battle with the nuclear Leviathan of Japan. Who will win in this titanic brawl of time and space itself?
Did you just literally read the description? He has nothing in front of him. So
I just made that up.
Okay, I was going to say, that was really good. But, that being said, Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. This is part of the Heisei series in the 90s, and...
yeah,
I remember this film. I remember liking it more. Watching this, I see a lot more flaws, which is probably going to be a routine watching all these films. The human plot is
really weird. First off, they really don't introduce anyone except for like Mickey, which is like the psychic of the 90s Godzilla movies. But you have writer guy, you have dinosaur guy, or the expert, who gets thrown out of the story like immediately after he's...
Exactly, he's brought in, but he's the only character that's brought in and just completely forgotten about. Where is he saying this at? It looks like a...
He went to what seems to be a natural history museum and is just ranting about the dinosaur.
Not the craziest thing this week to happen.
Also, I want to make note, this guy waited, 50 years to do this? Like, he looks like a well-together, put-together guy, and he's waited nearly 50 years to do this.
The fact that security hasn't come means you know that he does it regularly. The security's like, alright, come on, man. Not this week.
Then you have some other characters like some random Japanese officials. You have people from the future themselves who are obviously, you actually know their names.
Yeah.
They actually were given names, and you also have obviously the Shindo guy.
Yeah.
The company exec.
Yes.
Who has the link to Godzilla because he saw Godzilla in his dinosaur form in the 40s.
Yep.
So I guess for highlights, the monster action, pretty good.
Yep. The monster again. The building destruction's great. The battle sequences are actually pretty good.
Yep.
Maybe a little too many beam sections for some people, but I enjoy it because of all the effects and stuff going off, and they do try to vary it up in different ways, so I do like that.
Again, the director, the guy that did these movies, specifically, it was from King Ghidorah onward, I believe, really focused on the beam battles. Like, that was his shtick, explosions and beam battles. Because the special effects director changed from this movie to the next, from Biollante onward.
Yeah.
Biollante wasn't so much the case. Even though Biollante had the most use of the breaths of any movie.
But here's the thing, though. Even though they are doing the beam battle, which is so far looking pretty great, they're moving around. They're not in one place.
Yep.
And they're
using some physical combat here and there, like the wings moving in, or like...
Yeah, he's right now going in and doing, getting closer for an airstrike and doing, rapid-fire hits.
There's chunks of him flying off. Like, you can see chunks of Godzilla's flesh falling off, I think.
Again, it looks... good.
Ghidorah smashing Godzilla is probably my highlight.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Oh no, I know the funniest part of the film for me, the man doing the double flip from the bazooka shot.
Why? But okay, the bazooka.
You know.
He did a fucking flip.
I really want an American soldier to put up a sign 10 on the flip.
Yeah, there's also a brief section where the Japanese are fighting the Americans in World War II.
Being destroyed.
With, by the way, Major Spielberg. Major Spielberg!
Wait, what? Spielberg? Was Spielberg...
He said, tell your son Major Spielberg. So he has a son, and that's the Steven Spielberg that we all know. To be fair, these movies pay a lot of homage. Think about it. The next movie, Mothra, starts out with Raiders of the Lost Ark. But no, it has the comic... They do mention the Japanese, invading the island, and they reference it briefly, but they made it yes, when we invaded the island. And we heroically held on. It's like, you guys know you were the invaders, right? Yeah, no offense, the Americans are completely in the right in this situation. In every way, shape, and form.
Dinosaurs saved us. No, you kind of try to, seize the island. I think it's just, annoyed by all the artillery shells coming down near its habitat. So, I should probably mention the best character in this film.
Shindo?
Well, Shindo is my second favorite character.
Who's your first?
The android.
M11?
Yes.
Okay.
He was ridiculous. But that being said, even through his unique running style and his parkour skills, he just brought so much fun, and there are actually some cool choreography associated with his scenes.
There's also some good shots of like him outsmarting other androids, like him hiding on top like this one section to outsmart all the others. I liked it. He didn't have too much character other than that.
Grabbing two androids and throwing them down and breaking. Like, I wish there would have been a little bit more fight scenes with that.
Yep.
But they've put more emphasis on the monster fights. I do enjoy his scenes.
I was on a podcast with that guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How was he?
He's really nice.
Oh.
Apparently, he's got a following in Japan because he's like for his workout routine and such.
I couldn't care less about the writer. There was a love scene between him and apparently his girlfriend, who like barely shows up in this and is non-existent.
Yeah, and
she brings up marriage and he just writes it off.
Literally writes it off. Another downside I will say of this movie: the time travel is so laughable.
So if that didn't happen, Godzilla would not have attacked Tokyo, the other city, and
oh no, he still did. Everything's the same.
What?
This movie does time travel real bad, as you can tell.
Oh my god!
So, good time travel I would recommend. If you want some excellent time travel movies, there are plenty out there. My personal Back to the Future is fantastic. Steins Gate's a great anime series that involves time travel. This movie probably needed someone that actually understood what time travel does.
I think
because they go back in time to stop Godzilla from forming, but everyone from the present still remembers Godzilla.
Yeah,
which wouldn't make any sense.
But they changed the future, but not the past. So how does that work? Well, once again, it's just my head was hurting during this film.
Yeah.
The only thing that made it better was King Ghidorah started fighting Godzilla. I'm like, oh, good. I can just mindless action. Thank you.
Yes. Because the plot is ridiculous and it's not great. Most of the action is good, though. There are a few scenes that do go, I don't want to say generic, but like Godzilla's attack on the city at night kind of fell on the wayside of we've seen this before.
Only one person has actual character development in this movie. That's Shinto. Like him going from a businessman who again kind of was a little bit a little bit greedy and whatnot.
Even him, he doesn't really evolve. He just is the character.
Yeah.
And
his performance in it, and that's why it's like the M11 guy, the android, was just so happy and so energetic and charismatic that I enjoyed his performance. And Shinto was just complete opposite. He was so deadpan.
He was so stoic.
And so stoic that even though he was fighting for the Japanese, which by the way he was hiding in the cave.
Yeah, as all of his men are fighting, he's like, I'm just gonna chill in the cave. Oh my god, what the heck? Why wasn't he in the charge?
Yeah, he should be leading them.
Maybe he was gonna perform senpaku with the knife. I don't know. Maybe that was a hint, because I did notice he did have a blade and then he put it away as he heard the dinosaur. But I don't know.
His stare down with Godzilla is fantastic.
Yeah. His stare down with Godzilla is one of the top scenes in any Godzilla movie of all time.
Godzilla's not crying, is he?
No, he just remembers. He sees the face and he remembers the tiny human. But he don't give no fuck. And goodbye.
But not only do you have Godzilla fighting King Ghidorah, but you have Godzilla versus Mecha King Ghidorah, which is
just as ridiculous as it sounds.
Yes, and to be fair, it's okay.
Which, by the way, apparently, they keep stressing the 23rd century. By the way, the 4 years in the 23rd century, all these amazing things, there's been 4 years. Enough. They make note of Mecha King Ghidorah. I will say Mecha Godzilla that they made from Mecha King Ghidorah's parts in the next movie is way more impressive than Mecha King Ghidorah. Because Mecha King Ghidorah just shoots some things, hits Godzilla once, and then machine cables, which wasn't as effective as I remember.
Yeah, I like how it's flying with Godzilla now, even though it crashed before.
Why? What's the point?
It's a claw game. Mecha King Ghidorah
I won myself a Godzilla.
Yeah, he won himself a Godzilla.
Yeah. I remember it being a lot more long term.
Once again, nostalgia is clouding our minds with.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see going through this again, knocking out the cobwebs of nostalgia, and be like, wow. Because also, I remember the plot being so different. I thought Wilson had such a grudge against Godzilla, but he really doesn't. He just hates Japan. Yeah, but the UFO comes down and starts talking with people, but for some reason just blows up 2 helicopters. And nobody cares.
And nobody cares. I mentioned this the entire time of the film, and it's nobody cared.
Wait, what?
The UFO just attacked the helicopters.
With what, a laser? Why?
So far we have had no repercussions of them for blowing up helicopters. I feel bad for these pilots.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. They killed like 7 Japanese people. No one cares. Also, the military never attacks the saucer, even though they know King Ghidorah is being controlled by it. It's like, you see the source of it, destroy it. But no, they never attack it.
It's immune to 21st century or 20th century weapons.
As
Godzilla's heat ray initially just blows at the Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's one of the scenes I like from like. There's another movie, Destroy All Monsters. There's a scene where Godzilla finds an alien like source and uses his heat ray multiple times, can't break it, and says "fuck it" and just kicks it in. That's what I kind of was expecting. Like if they wanted to keep that logic, heat ray should have just like blasted off it, and he's like "fuck it," and then just crushes it.
And Godzilla's his own century. Godzilla's his own thing.
Yeah,
it's out of time. But yeah, so this film,
well, again, Godzilla is a very unique monster, whereas most heroic monsters would be like, I beat King Ghidorah, the day is saved. Godzilla's like, nah, he just moves on to the city and just levels it. That is a classic Godzilla. He does not just beat the monster. He then goes on to destroy the city after beating it, like Godzilla 2000. Yeah. He beats the monster and just wrecks everything after.
Which is
that's
his
celebration.
It's different than most monster films, because usually...
especially heroic.
You have a final battle and then that's it. But no, Godzilla's like... I'm still destroying Japan. Hate to break it to you. It was never merciful!
Yeah, again, this is one of the classic Godzilla movies. A normal monster will have the monster be defeated and walk away. Godzilla's like, nah, I'm gonna wreck all your shit now.
That being said, I have issues with this film, and there are plenty of problems. The human story's not great. It's laughably bad. The dialogue and everything is, once again, laughably bad. Maybe the dub would have fixed that a little bit, but probably not much.
Next time we'll probably definitely do the dub. 100%.
Yeah, but it's fun for what it is, and if you're looking for a Godzilla movie, it's definitely one of the... on
the monster action, it's better.
I still think of it as better, but we
the
shall
Godzilla
see.
Source scene.
Godzilla Source is great! If you're an American soldier, you see this, once again, you're just like, what the fuck?
That's actually not some bad effects. Actually,
that's actually pretty good. Again, for the budget the Godzilla films have, that's impressive.
That's actually
again, Spielberg would do Jurassic Park in a year from now. I mean, that looks like what a raptor would look like. I mean, again, not great, but it's not bad.
It's a solid like 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Look, after watching Carnosaur and all that, that's easily way better.
They're using the tail for like the close shots. And none of the Americans reported this. Overall, it was...
the foot scenes were a little weird. Also, they left a bunch of American soldiers on the beaches. It's just like, we'll leave them. It's like, really?
But the implementation of that scene is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
The first act is good, yeah.
And I also, again, they have a reference to Spielberg and a few other things in there. They have a reference to Terminator, it looks like, and a bunch of other things. So, it's not a bad movie. It's entertaining slog. And I think that's
for a Godzilla film. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. It's it's definitely kind of the middle, and it's not one of my favorites of this. Not one of my favorite series of this time period, but it's not the worst either. I think the worst is.
So we are going to have a list of 1 through 39 of us ranking every single one of these movies for our personal favorite list as well.
God.
So right now at number 1 and the last one at number 39, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. Now how will this
so we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
As we go, advance which one's... Okay, I like this idea.
Yeah, so at the first one, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. And the last one, Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. It's the only one on the list. So,
but we'll decide next time. Is it going to go up or down?
Is there any fun trivia or something you know? Because my brother works for Toho, so he knows a lot
I
more
work for
about
Toho Kingdom, which is like...
Yes,
associated somewhat. We are the largest fan site for Toho Kingdom. Or Toho Studios. But yes, in regards to the fun
King Ghidorah's picked because it was the most popular, right? And at the box office, this was the most successful.
Fun fact. Fun fact for this movie. King Ghidorah, this movie was not even planned to be King Ghidorah. The movie was planned to be... first, they wanted to do Godzilla vs. King Kong.
Okay.
They wanted to bring back Kong to fight Godzilla. But then that didn't work out.
Okay.
Because studio things. So then they're like, what if we brought back, for a brief time, they were going to do Godzilla vs. Mechanic Kong. And they were going to have a plot about people going inside of Godzilla and with Micro Machine and with piloting a sub inside of Godzilla somehow.
Oh, don't worry, they got that in GMK.
I didn't mind in GMK. That I actually believed it.
So after Mecha Kong,
they'd also been planning Mothra versus Big An. which the rug got pulled under. This one guy at Toho Studios wanted Bagan for the life of him. So every time they had a chance to recommend it, he'd always recommend Bagan. Or Bagan, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, Bagan was recommended. That was taken away just because Biollante, the previous movie, didn't do as well. So finally they decided King Ghidorah would do it. But first it was going to be the Alien Invasion one before it was changed to the Futuran one. There were a lot of changes on a lot of different things. But yeah, it was then decided Mothra would return in the next one, which probably won't be the one we do. But the movie after this would be then Godzilla vs. Mothra Battle for Earth.
Yeah. Okay.
So some fun facts.
Yeah. Anything else to bring up?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Well, again, that's a little bit of trivia for the film as well, so enjoy that. But yeah,
I know the movie did well. I know it did well enough. They were like, okay, let's go for Godzilla vs. Mothra, and that one's the one that made the bucks. Not one else one that had a ton of awards. Oh yeah, Godzilla vs. Mothra won a ton of awards.
All right, we'll get to that when we get to that.
Yeah.
But in any case, well, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. But before we go, I'm going to insert a bunch of our excess kind of funny moments from the reaction.
Apologies for the video camera. Next time it'll be better. We had a little audio. We had some video issues, but enjoy the clips. Super Mystery Magazine.
Oh my
totally
God.
legit. Also, remember when phones were a thing? Yes, after you invaded those islands.
It's like, remember the good days.
Technically 4 years into it. Really, it's 22nd century tech. Yeah, sure, we can get to the Prime
That's
Minister.
fine. Cool. Do you want the President of the United States too? Is that okay? Would Godzilla do that to us? Do you really?
So far in the last two movies, he does not give a shit about the Japanese
He
people.
attacked a city and killed a city. He came out of a volcano, killed your entire military force, and now he's like, my ex wouldn't do that. Oh my God.
I fly through the air with the greatest of ease. This dashing young man on the oh, nope, he's not. He's just flying.
What the fuck? That's instant camera! That's camera! So, let me get this straight. They would leave hundreds of American soldiers stuck on the beaches dead, and not bring them back to their family because they don't want to have to deal with the dinosaur on the island. America. 15 years.
Oh, so it didn't die. It lived.
Yeah.
This dinosaur freaking lived for 15 years.
Or no. But
So, question: do you think the future?
they just said it would come back in 15 years as Godzilla, right?
Yeah.
50. This is from 1944.
Wait, this corporation has its own submarine, a nuclear-powered submarine. They have nuclear weapons? This corporation has nuclear weapons. No wonder it's shit.
God, is this what happens when MI6 fails? The corporation gets a nuclear weapon, but they decide, nah, we'll keep it for a good day.
The Toho group grew into a mega power in the 23rd century. No shit, they have nuclear weapons now. I can only imagine how big they get. It's like Super Walmart. I have your shoe. How am I driving this car? No one will know.
You don't know, you actually...
Also, super efficient robot. He's getting beat up by a girl.
How? How did he jump it?
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's probably more penetrating power than, like...
Okay, that's pretty cool. I like that guy.
Yep. Where'd he go? Okay, that's a cool shot.
That was a good shot.
Yeah, that was a good...
Okay.
Oh, that was cool.
That was good. That was good. Oh no, King Ghidorah. Now he's on his own. He's like, what the fuck? Where am I?
King Ghidorah's like,
What's going on? I remember that one night at the pub and now I'm here.
Okay,
He's heard about this thing called
random
YouTube.
reporter comes up.
He's looked in Google's archives and he sees the thing called YouTube. He's like, I gotta be the first one on it. Best way to do it, Godzilla footage.
Also, couldn't that robot have literally come in as Godzilla was just defeated King Ghidorah?
Probably.
Remember this interesting side plot with their camera reporter? Run, you fool.
Oh, good thing we needed the... Oh, yeah, they're dead. Oh, he's bringing the boat... Okay, she brought the
Also,
boat
the
down.
destruction sequences are fantastic.
You have to think, they have to get this right in the first try.
Yeah.
If they don't, then...
Yeah, but that looks good. Yeah, I'm gonna say Godzilla, those people inside are dead. So man, that was a good addition, guys. Great subplot. We are also going to pick a random number to pick the next movie. 151, go roll that number.
Already did.
Okay, and what did you find?
We found lucky number 30.
And what's number 30 on our list?
Actually, a really good one. Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah is smoked. Because we got an ace up our sleeves. And it's called Gamera Advent of Legion. So tune in next time, guys, where we go see Godzilla's biggest rival take on an intergalactic threat of his own.
Why are we watching Gamera? This is supposed to be a Godzilla film series.
This is all films distributed by Toho. And the Gamera movies were distributed by Toho.
Oh, then we'll see you next time.
See you next time, guys.
Hello everyone, and before you guys go, you can check out a previous video on the top left hand corner, a random video that may be recommended to you on the right hand side. Below is Patreon supporters that help support this very channel, including Ace, Sergeant McPain, Ollie, Joey, Nathan, Aaron, Leo, and Tim. Thank you all for your amazing support. You all rock. This has been Greyshot17, and I'll see you all next time.